Hello there.
Yes, yeah. So,
Well, yes, it's been so long.
yeah. So, what happened with Eric? Did he leave?
Uh, th- you're the first person that joined. They're on their way, actually.
What?
They are on their way.
Okay, why did they leave the Discord server then?
Uh, which Discord server? Because it's been a long time.
The Sketch Network.
Oh yeah, about that. Um, it's a very long story, Asperegoose. So, of course, I think there has been differences between Risk 11 and Faithy, and I think it's gotten to a point. I think they both of them go their separate ways, like in terms of work. Oh, hello, Risk. We were just talking about the story about the Team Sketch Network and the relations with you and Faithy and so on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Give me a second. Okay, I'm here. Let's go.
So, yeah, it's a long story. We've gone our own different paths in terms of content creation, and yeah, I think things kind of worked out for the best for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still now and again, we still create content. And still from podcasts now and again. Um, yeah. It's not exactly a bad thing. Eric's about to do another start doing podcasts again, which could be fun to do.
Yeah.
Could be fun to actually get involved in that, to be fair. But yeah, we're waiting on Eric.
Yes. It's just
Okay.
Eric to join, and yeah.
Okay.
So, how's life with you, Asperegoose, since we've last met?
Oh well, I'm doing video editing as like a job, like properly. Like I'm working with a company to do this.
Not bad.
Oh, okay. This
Cool.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's doing great.
That's good.
I like that.
Yeah.
So how's the podcast, the Aloni Show and Opinionistics going,
Uh, the
Jamie?
podcasts are doing very well.
How
Are
much?
they?
As well.
What are you doing concurrent viewers now per
I
episode?
I have to uh averaging 40, 50 listens a week per episode.
It's not bad. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah, those numbers will go up eventually.
Yeah, so you can stay consistent, stay well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and keep it fresh. So what's the format now? You still going to the same format? You still doing guests, or is it mainly just you?
I'm still bringing on guests, and of course, there's sessions with me, you, and Eric
Yeah,
discussing.
every now and again. I think we should be starting to. We should start to do them at least once every week. I think it's fun to do them. The
Yeah,
boys only episodes. I think they're fun to do.
yeah, absolutely.
We should do the. So when's the latest Opinionistics episode coming out? Are we like keeping active with that podcast as well, or is that?
Yes, the opinionistics are still going on every Friday, and then after
Is that the one
10,
where we do the boys only podcast, or is that the
um,
or is that the one we
I've
do guests?
the I think both the Alone Show and the opinionistics bring on guests, but also episodes with just us
Yeah,
every
just
now and then.
yeah, which is good. It's good to mix it up. So which episodes do better? Is the ones where we go crazy the ones that do better, or is it the ones with guests that do better?
I think the episodes with just us discussing you know what. I
Okay,
think they get
interesting. Is that
more
the
than
feds,
fifty
or is
percent.
that some? Who do you think that is that's watching? Is it the feds, or is it just are they just entertained with how crazy we are?
I think it's a bit of both actually, but either way, it's either one or the other.
We
Other
like
week,
talk about things that might push the boundaries
yes,
ethically.
exactly. Hello, Eric.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you guys doing?
Hey, Eric.
Great.
Great to have you.
All right, great to be here. So, what are we talking about so far?
We've been diving into basically the Aloni Show, opinionistics, and concurrent viewers. Basically, talk about the format that we do. We have the boys only episodes with you, me, and Jamie sometimes. I think once a week or something like that.
Oh, okay, got you.
And then we've got the episodes, and then Jamie's got his episodes where he just individually views people.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so far, what are you guys up to? Like, how's the Alone show doing?
Pretty well, actually, as always.
Good.
Nice. Glad to hear that.
Eric, I've got a proposition. Why don't we start doing a podcast every week? Just grind it.
What'd you say?
Why don't we do a podcast every single week? You
Oh.
and me. Let's talk about the world of the week. I want to get back into podcasting.
Yeah, like low-key, me too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not sure if I want to host. I'm happy to be a co-host, but I'm not sure I want to go back into hosting again. Editing. But I'm happy to join on episodes. I'm happy to basically be a co-host and then bring people on. We have a conversation. I think it sounds fun.
Yeah.
But we'll wait until we'll bulk up like 1 to 2 seasons before we even release. We'll do exactly what we did. But do you still do the bulk up release, bulk up episodes, Jamie?
Yes, I do.
Good.
I record a few episodes each week and then have them queued up. So at least a few days every week, there is a episode ready to be uploaded. And in case the bulk starts to run out, I put out a listing on radioguestlist.com to get more guests to appear, and also at least once every 3 days, do send a message to people on a messaging platform, matchmaker.fm, which is like a messaging platform for podcasters and podcast guests. And yeah.
How much bulk episodes do you have so far in the pipeline? And are there a lot of ones that we haven't released yet to the public?
We got
me and Eric.
We have like average 3 to 4 weeks worth of episodes yet to be released.
How much on bulk do we have for Opinionistics and Aloni?
We got way more. We got like 2 months worth.
Let's try and rebuild our media empire again. Let's start building up podcasts again. All 3 of us. I think it'd be fun.
Honestly, yeah.
Get back into making podcasts.
Honestly, yeah.
Not necessarily hosting them, but I wouldn't mind literally just joining them and building and being more consistent.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I'm down for it, to be honest.
Let's rebuild the media empire. Let's start building podcasts. Start building. Okay. I think I'm just interested in rebuilding, just building. What season? How many seasons are you on in Opinionistics? Also, have you noticed that it's literally your podcast struggles to? I think Apple censored you, by the way, Jamie.
Really?
I can't see the latest episodes in Opinionistics or Aloni Show on Apple.
I'm not surprised.
Do you recommend they check it? Because
I don't. I'm not sure I can, because I don't know what's up with the linking my podcast to Apple, because I don't have.
Trying to censor you, or maybe Spotify or someone's put up a word to basically censor that throttle it, because you can't see. You've got similar things what happened to me, right? The episodes no longer appear on the thingy, but they appear on Spotify, but they don't appear on Apple.
Speaking of which, if we do start a podcast again, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably.
Will I have to calm myself down?
We would
not be too extreme and give my views on what I think of the world.
I mean, if you're not having episodes taken down because of what you're saying, I don't think you are not doing enough in terms of that.
Latest episode of the Opinionistics is 29th of the 9th, 2023.
I would say this, you could probably say whatever you want.
The episode, sadly, the episode before that one is where we expose the city of London.
Wow.
I'll say this:
the Rothschild Crown Corporation.
That one.
I'll say this: the moment they actually take an episode down is the moment you would be doing too much. Other than that, it's like.
But it's clear as day they fraud us. What season are we on Opinionistics now?
Season 9.
It says season 7, episode 8 is the most that you can get on Opinionistics.
Oh, all right.
On Apple.
Speaking of which, I think I would need help getting our podcast on many streaming services again. I kind of forgot how to. been
I'm sure
simple.
Jamie can do that. He helped you get on. We helped you get on Amazon.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys definitely.
So what
you
are you
guys
doing
definitely did.
concurrently on Amazon?
Oh, me?
You got a decent audience on Amazon, Jamie?
Yeah, I do get listens from Amazon every now and then. Although I actually get more from Spotify than I do with Amazon because, well,
I
more
felt.
You
people are
get anything
using
from Apple
Spotify.
Music. You clearly don't get anything from Apple Podcasts because you've been fucking censored by them, at least.
I'll be
I
honest.
was
I wouldn't be too worried about that. There's been worse cases of censorship, so
You know what's
so what?
crazy? You know what's crazy, bro?
oh,
Before I got into podcasting, I never used Spotify. I would mainly just use SoundCloud.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
kind of funny, but
So
you
are we
know,
trying to be the next Patrick Back David? Where we basically or I think I would be down. Or Jordan B. Peterson.
Hmm.
Maybe not
Or-
be the next them, but maybe
or
be the conservative ones.
or Joe Rogan.
To be fair, Joe Rogan used to be a leftist, be very left leaning. Now he seems to be more right wing. He
Huh.
sees the corruption and the bullshit. Maybe is that deliberate though, or is that just to manipulate his fans?
I don't. I'll be honest. Joe Rogan. I don't really watch him, but like the clips that I see, he seems like a chill guy. I'm gonna be honest.
Same with Lex Friedman. To be fair, he seems like an interesting guy. But
I'll be honest. Low key, I don't know why, but I thought Joe Rogan was an atheist for a minute.
I don't think he's a Christian. But look
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
people.
I know he's.
Knows, but he's been right on a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know he's none of those things, but it's like I don't know why. I just thought he was an
I
atheist.
know it's Jones interesting, but
Yeah.
deep down I know he's corrupt. Deep down I know he's part of the establishment as a way
Yeah.
as a partisan hack to basically manipulate us.
Hey man.
Can I be honest? Don't you find it's weird that all these very very powerful men have been dying lately?
Huh? Like who?
The Queen,
Oh, yeah.
Jacob Rothschild,
Oh yeah, Jacob
the
Rothschild.
Pope.
Wait, the Pope died?
Not Pope, but he's on his fucking deathbed.
Oh yeah, I think I.
Oh yeah, so what? A fucking old fuck. Or like, but they were. The motherfucker was 87 years old. So it was. What are you gonna compare it with? Oh no, it's the vaccines. Oh no, the
But to be
vaccines
fair,
and the AIDS
these
got
guys,
him.
they're very powerful people. But again, maybe the very very powerful people
I think
decide that maybe
Okay,
these
what are
guys
you
are
trying
no
to
longer
prove
worth
there?
needed, and they want to replace them.
I think I briefly
What?
heard about. I think I
Where's
briefly
your
heard about the Pope.
evidence? Community note here. Where's your evidence? Source?
I think I briefly heard about the Pope's condition, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like is he hospitalized? I forgot.
I mean, I don't know if he's hospitalized, but
Yeah,
he doesn't look like. To be fair, he doesn't look like he's in the best of health. To be fair,
Well,
neither does most 80-year-olds.
Well, he's no spring chicken, so I mean,
True, true.
So I mean, that's pretty natural. I mean,
yes.
Unless you're like the healthiest 87-year-old in the world, but that seems pretty natural. And yeah.
Aye.
Oh yeah.
I just wonder who the next pope would be.
Oh, good question.
Let's hopefully he's not one of these people that literally. Let's hope he doesn't betray his religion.
I mean,
For partisan politics.
Listen, to be fair, like, listen. Jesus himself said that you should love thyself as you love thy neighbor. I mean, the Bible says some shit that is pretty degenerate.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
Like if we abide by the Bible as it, like, unconditionally, like, slavery would still be a thing. You'd still, I'm pretty sure, be allowed to, like.
It still is a thing. What are you talking about? It still is a thing.
Yeah, the thing, but it's looked down upon. It's looked down upon.
I mean, even in
modern day, slavery is still a thing. You still have to work. But if you don't work, you're not gonna be able to provide for yourself.
But the thing is that back in the 1800s, even the Catholic, even the priests, they said that slavery was completely normal and fine. And also, like, I say, doesn't like the Bible isn't fine with like rape and like fucking saying that you
incest. Yeah, incest is basically in the Bible if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Also, adultery is another one because basically,
yeah, you should not commit adultery. Yeah, no,
but the people that supposedly in the Bible did commit adultery because basically this woman basically couldn't give birth, so basically she asked her husband, "Please sleep with a maid, so you can basically bear me a child."
Yeah, then she, but
then she got jealous.
Yeah, then she got jealous, and then like pretty much after that, like God ended up blessing them with a child, named Isaac.
Yes. Yes.
I actually watched the movie too when I was a part of the when I was still going to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I
You
actually
still
watched
need
the
to go
movie.
to it anymore.
Nah, like I was I don't go there anymore. Great people though. Mormons are nice people, but I
So
just
you don't go to church anymore, or is it?
I want to. I just don't know which one to go to.
I know ever since like the 8 passenger situation, like my opinion of Mormons has been pretty negative. It's just
To be fair,
they seem just a bunch of like enclosed, like sad snobs. Like they don't actually like have a life. They believe they're all like oh yes I'm also right. The thing with Christianity, it's so fucking splintered. You have the fucking LDS, you have the Protestants, you have the Catholics, you have the Orthodox. They all have so many different beliefs about like what's the right word of God. Like no one can fucking agree honestly. It's
I
actually
will
retarded.
I will
you've
say
also
this.
got to
I will
remember
say I
beware
will
of
say
false
this.
prophets.
Islam has different sects too. So I mean,
But you've also got to remember, beware. In the Bible, it says, "Beware of false prophets. Beware of people that pretend to be serving God when
I would
really they're just deceivers."
honestly, I would say that the
I think
only
that was in Revelations, or it was in like one of them, but it was definitely a part of the Bible.
here's the thing. I would say that the only if I were to go back to a denomination, I would say Baptist is the best because like they have pretty sound doctrine. But I'm not part of a denomination, so
I think
it is.
they said something about a church in Philadelphia. It was in the Bible or something like that. It was one of them, but
I probably haven't gotten that far. I'm reading the New Testament, and I'm just
I
gonna
think it
read.
was it's somewhere on that. It's basically you remember the thing where the thing about Revelations where you says like I can't remember what it was, but it was the thing that said like, look,
Was
and
it was it
all the stars basically point to basically all the different forms of the churches, and God said to the church of such and such, but you betrayed.
I can't really remember that. I don't really. I'm trying to save Revelations for like
Yeah,
last because it's an interesting book.
Revolution's is the most interesting part of it.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
Revelations is the most interesting book, so that's why I'm trying to save it for last because like I'm up to the
yeah.
book of Luke right now, and I'll be honest. I personally don't like reading, but I like reading the Bible.
I would listen to if you want to listen to it through an audiobook or something like that. There's going to be with copies of that online on the YouTube. You don't want to read it.
Yeah, no, I mean no. No. Here's the thing. I like reading the Bible. I might not
I
like
would
reading.
also literally read the Quran as well and see what it's about. But to be fair, I'd also literally read the Hebrew text, the Torah. But the Torah,
I just
Here's
live
the thing.
life.
I want to finish the Bible first before I read anything.
yeah,
So it's like because it doesn't make sense to like if you're trying to strengthen your faith in one faith and like study another.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like there's people who just live life, and there are people who live their lives religiously or for God. So I mean I don't really hate anybody. I don't even think I'm better than anybody. I might be worse.
Well, I don't hate and well.
But at the end of the day, I don't try to force people to believe what I believe.
True.
But because it's like for one that would be setting a bad example anyways.
Yes.
I can tell you
Yeah, good point.
I can tell you about it, but I can't force you. But that's if you want to know.
Yes.
But anyways, what else is there in the news?
Well, wasn't there a sketch of Biden being mocked by a Spanish television network?
What? What? I'm sorry.
No, not Spanish, Italian.
Ah,
Oh
He's
yeah.
being
okay.
mocked.
Basically, they made fun of him. Basically, said, "Mr. President, Mr. President." Basically, the guy was walking like a freaking demented seagull. And then basically said, the president of the president of Israel's is is Gorbachev or something like that. Listed a foreign the former Russian president. But to be fair, the guy's not there mentally.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Anyone his age wouldn't be mentally like there.
I
To
think
be
Trump.
fair, I'm surprised they haven't put him in a home.
I think Trump is close to his age, ain't he?
Yeah, he's 77, and yeah, he's. I
But
feel
he looks like, but to
I
be
think
fair, he does look a lot more intact.
looks can be deceiving.
Looks can be deceiving, but
Yes.
who would you rather have though? That's the thing. Would you rather have? I don't. I personally would rather have Trump than have Newsom because I think because of what he's done to California, it can't get any worse, can it? Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. To be fair, like California, LA, these places, like they suck.
They suck.
Yeah,
New York has killed themselves business-wise of any CEO or executive
yeah,
or any entrepreneur.
I'm not
They have no
I'm not
chance of
gonna
growth,
lie.
and I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm
The
not gonna
state is
lie.
fucked beyond belief.
I'm not gonna lie. I love New York City, but
I think it's a great state,
Yeah,
but
no, it's a great.
you need to sack the fucking government in that state.
Yeah,
It's
but
effed.
here's the thing. I would remain in New York. I would just move out of the city because that's about it.
The city is the only thing that is keeping that state
Relevant.
is keeping that state blue.
Oh,
I doubt that anything up out of New York, out of the state, outside of that city. Yes, there might be some districts, but I honestly do believe that state, if it wasn't for New York City, would be red. But who knows? I don't think New York can take New York cannot take another governor, a Democrat governor. But I don't think New York can get any worse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There are already a bunch of like illegal.
Unless you want to basically have everybody out on the street homeless, and you basically give all the immigrants your houses.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There are already a bunch of like homeless like immigrants here. Now I'll be honest. I don't care if they come to the city, but like there's just too much of them. Like
I care. Come to the country, but illegally.
Actually, yeah, no. That's what I was also gonna say too. Like I don't care if they come to the country. They just need to come legal.
I personally think if it keeps up going, should America just absorb Mexico at this point?
Maybe.
Or just absorb all of South America at this point. Take on extra people. Take the military. If we do this, you get more land. You get more territory. You also get more natural resources. You would have claim to all the part in the South American Gulf. You get all of Cuba's oil. You get all of that.
Yeah, but
it's a good thing.
But then you have to deal with Mexican food, and that's just gonna give everybody like stomach cancer.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll be honest.
The amount of time they're doing at this point, should they just take Mexico, basically just add those states to America? I think they probably, as much as I hate to believe it, I think would they have a better life maybe if they're under America?
I'll be honest, I never had Mexican food.
You've never had Mexican food?
Yeah, not yet, just Mexican food.
Aren't there tons of Mexican restaurants in New York?
Yeah, but not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know if they're authentic or not. That's the thing. I know Taco Bell.
I think the taco's Mexican, ain't it?
I know Taco Bell definitely isn't.
Burrito.
I know Taco Bell definitely isn't authentic. So, but and also I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of been putting it off for a long time. I said I was gonna do it, but I didn't. I forgot it.
Yeah.
But hey, when it happens, it happens. I guess if the only thing in the area is like a Mexican restaurant, I guess if I have the money, I'll try it. But
so what happens in World War III? Who wins World War III?
America and NATO.
I doubt that.
Why do you think that?
Because have you seen the state of the country's troops? They cannot get the fucking men. And if you think that the everyday populace in America or Britain's going to fucking fight for these globalist people, you're deluded.
Bro,
I have no interest in
Ukraine listen, bro. Russia is getting pummeled by a fucking country with like a fraction of its military. The fucking tanks getting nuked. Their planes being shot down. They don't have control of the Black Sea anymore. Like, listen, it's a paper tiger. Yes, they got a lot of resources and money, but that's gonna run out. They've just bought themselves time. That's eventually going to run out. China, meanwhile, like let's be fair. China has a big problem with military corruption, and there's also popular like Russian saying about China's final warning, where they basically issue final warnings regarding like foreign policy, and they never deliver on anything. I mean, who knows? And besides, like, there's been a lot of congressmen who like declaring support for Taiwan. So, I feel like, of course, yes, you can argue, you say, yes, the fucking U.S. military is full of woke, gay people. But listen, no one can deny the supremacy of the Western civilization and the supremacy of Western military. Like, we got this. Listen, this fucking like negativist thinking, it's only gonna like do worse shit. Like, it's not gonna lead to anything. Do you really want Putin to be around here? Do you really want him deciding how we should be running our country? No, you don't. Motherfucker's a psychopath. Look at how he's fucking running Russia. Like, it's a shithole, bro. Its human development is backward. Its economy is backward. Majority of the people there, like, they spend majority of their money on food. The middle class there, they like earn what, like $1,000. Like, it's shit there. It is ass.
You could say this, but couldn't you say that against most Western countries? We haven't got room for a road. Our roads. No, I'm not saying either country.
But our economic situation and democratic situation most of all is bad. Listen. Yes, you could argue that American imperialism is a thing, but there's a difference between Russia and America. America, in comparison to Russia, is an actual democracy. Sure, it has its flaws, but compared to what Russia has, it's an actual democracy. It's got like actual institutions. It's got actual elections. It's the opposition leaders that don't get fucking put into prison and then murdered.
Isn't that what they're trying to do to Trump, though?
Yes, because they got criminal charges against them. Motherfucker tried to obstruct, the election being certified. So of course, yeah, he also got fraud charges against him. Of course, yeah, there's actual concerns there with what Navalny had. That was clearly a politically motivated case. There was barely any evidence against him. You saw a while back there was a candidate, an anti-war candidate called Boris Nadezhdin, who was trying to run for president. And the Central Election Committee refused to certify him. I know you're dissatisfied. I can hear you breathing in the mic.
Yeah, I understand your point of view.
Yeah, interesting. I would rather have like American influence than Russian influence, because America, yes, I want European sovereignty, and I want, of course,
But is it really American influence though, when it's basically? When half of America's freaking congressmen are Israel, or basically Jewish. Whose side are they really on?
Don't fucking tell me about don't fucking get started about the Jew shit. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. What kind of have you been consuming Sneeko content? Holy shit.
No.
Please don't say the Lord's name in vain. Thank you. All right. Anyways, yeah, I'll be honest, man. As for Sneeko, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really watch him much anymore. Some stuff he does is funny.
I think he's a cunt.
I think he's just confused, man. Like he seems like he'd be a cool person if you just talked to him in real life. But other than that,
Same with Fresh and Fit. To be fair, seem like interesting people, but are their opinions kind of warped a certain way? Potentially.
I'll say this.
I just say it's for views, because
me personally, I watch Fresh and Fit just for laughs.
Yeah.
Same.
Like they some of the stuff they do is pretty funny. I
found the video what they did with the podcast they did with Ryan Johnson quite interesting, to be fair. The one where they talked about Epstein. I thought that was quite really interesting. Same with 9/11.
God, I feel like what these guys do, they just recycle a bunch of like old shit. Oh no, the Earth is falling. What's Nico saying? 9/11 was orchestrated by those goddamn Untermensch Jews. Like all this like other bullshit trying to appeal to the fringe groups. It's all just a massive grift.
I'm not gonna lie, Sneeko is a leaf in the wind at times. I ain't even gonna lie to you about that.
A leaf in the wind.
Yeah, I can't even argue with that.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Can't argue with that.
Like Sneeko changes his opinions every couple of months. Like I can't even argue with that. He is kind of a grifter. But Other than
But you've got to respect you've got to respect that he got the bag.
No, I can't respect. I can't respect how he got the bag. The fact that he got off the bag by acting like a complete retard. No, I'm not respecting that.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
People call him a
Hey,
grift.
game is game.
People call him
Yeah.
a grift. People
Well, he's
also
funny.
call him a grifting Muslim too, and I'm like, it's just kind of funny.
To be fair, there are a lot of Muslims that are grifters. To be fair, but try and
Yeah.
Oh no, you've triggered the Muslimoids. Oh shit, Andrew Tate's gonna be coming in.
No disrespect, but there are.
No.
You've got to admit there are some of them that do walk a certain way, pretend to walk a certain way, and then they sidetrack.
I will say this, man. I have seen Muslims who are actually devout.
But I also do not like the fact that they want Sharia law in UK. This ain't your country, bruv. We're an English-speaking country. We have our own basic rights and laws. If you want Sharia law, go back to your own country.
Yeah, I mean that rhetoric is a bit. Yeah, but I kind of agree with you. Like Sharia law is backward, and I don't agree with it. I mean, listen, you can practice your religion all you want, but keep it. We need to keep a secular society, not Christian, not Muslim, not Buddhist, secular. And
the funny thing is that you can pray in the street as a Muslim, but you can't do that if you're a Christian, which is weird.
I mean,
really?
I mean, like no.
In the UK? Wait, really? In the UK?
Yes, in the UK, yes.
That is.
I've seen videos of people getting arrested basically for praying. There's a bunch of people. Did you see the video in London where he basically said London has fallen, where a bunch of freaking Muslims were praying in London, and cops are watching and doing nothing.
Wait, what are you saying about Christians? So, like they're getting arrested for no reason?
They're not getting arrested, but they're getting told basically you cannot pray in public.
Well, probably it's just a bunch of spurgs saying that. Probably just a bunch of these BuzzFeed terminally online idiots. I'm pretty sure. Look at Nick Fuentes. The guy's a Christian nationalist. He doesn't believe in age of consent. He believes that black people should be imprisoned in concentration camps like Uyghurs. He believes in race realism, which basically means that Asians have the highest IQ and black people have the lowest. The guy clearly is mentally insane.
Be fair, Asians are pretty intelligent.
Doesn't select that
doesn't mean they're not
the ones we've seen. Select number of them doesn't mean every single one of them is intelligent.
Good point.
That's a good point. Oh yeah, no, I've heard about Nick Fuentes, man. I'll be honest. Some stuff he says is funny. Some of the stuff he says is I question him okay. Some of the stuff about him keeping the race pure. I kind of get I actually kind of get that, but at the same time,
kind of believe that they basically was multiculturalism was pushed on the masses, on the everyday populace, as a way to dilute the European species.
God. Oh my god! Please don't delve into that. Oh my god, bro!
How can you explain why all that happened? Why they were pushing so much? How can you explain why they're pushing so much foreign immigration into this country, into these countries?
Because people come here for the jobs. The reason why, for example, there's a lot of immigrants here in the Netherlands is because back in 1960s we had a bunch of guest workers come here, because they needed to be more, job spaces. So
there's tons of people coming to this country that don't even have our own benefits. And then there are a bunch of people in America that basically have no intention of working in America across the border.
Doesn't mean that every single one of them is for the benefits. Some actually genuinely want to work. Yes. I feel if we the thing is that we need to stop is we need to stop
I think we need to limit immigration or at least do background checks on them.
Okay, I agree with you. Background checks, yes. But at the same time, we need to also allow people to, if for example, if we have a shortage of workers here, why don't we get a bunch of intelligent people who actually want to?
You want the best, best. Exactly. You don't want the randoms.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say this, man. I feel like
Did you hear about? Did you hear about the girl that basically got murdered by an immigrant in America?
No, I didn't hear about that.
The college student. She was a nurse. She would basically, he basically was chucking a freaking rock underneath a freaking highway, and it basically hit the car, and there were massive protests about it, or people protesting it.
Wow. Huh. I didn't hear about that.
think it was on Twitter. I heard it on X or something like that.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter, bro.
Yeah. To be
What-
fair,
Yeah.
X is. People think X is free speech. It's not free speech. It's limited.
Well,
They show you what they want to see, what you to see.
well, yeah, I mean, especially like in the case of like Elon Musk also does that shit. Like it's been like I've seen like a lot of the boosting of these like conservative.
I personally believe my account's probably been deboosted. To be fair, from what I've tweeted, but it's
I'm
what
not
it
gonna-
is.
Yeah.
They want again. They've got advertisers. They say they're not dependent on advertisers. They are dependent on advertisers. They're not going to want if you want. They're not going to have some. They're not going to want an ad placed against their placed against the message or basically a tweet, but basically criticizes something.
Tell me how Elon put a price on the bookmark feature.
Yeah.
Desperate for cash, I'm
Wait,
guessing.
what? He put a no. He didn't. I'm not.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, bro. Like
Well, not anymore.
I can't.
Well, he
not
maybe
even-
got backlash from it. But
Let me see, because I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't enter my bookmarks. Just it says unlock bookmark folder with X Premium.
I'm definitely not paying to get verified.
Me neither.
Basically, it's just
Like, bro, he put a price on it. I'm like, dude, really?
you're being paid to be. You're getting basically if you verify that information, the WEF is going to have that information because Linda Yacarino's a WEF member. But it's true.
Here's the thing:
Can't argue with that.
the moment I have to pay to be
Yeah.
on Twitter entirely, I'm
leaving,
deleting
yeah.
my account.
Yeah,
I'm just,
It's
it's
over.
just dumb.
yeah.
One word to describe George Soros, Eric.
One word.
Yes.
I don't know what to pick.
Anything will do.
Corrupt.
I'll,
I don't know.
I'll just say rich.
Evil.
I mean, I understand, like, you know, it's because of the whole Jews shit, but like, I mean,
No, it's because of it's quite honestly because he's bloody because he's evil.
what did he do?
He shorted the fucking British pound, bruv.
Here's the
He
thing.
profited off killing our currency.
Yes.
I think
Number
that
two, he basically used his money to basically manipulate and fund left-wing DAs to basically corrupt society on a basic level.
Listen, bro. I'm pretty sure like right wingers have also done like bad shit like that. Doesn't mean that every single left winger is. Listen, I think he's just a greedy guy who's taking advantage of like a zeitgeist.
I think he views him. There's the interviews that he said he views himself as a fucking god. And I view myself as I think of myself kind of like a god.
Well,
and he basically said a couple of years later, I said I thought myself as a god, but now I'm in a position to actually be a god.
do you think Donald Trump hasn't said similar shit? He like presents himself as this Christ-like salvation figure. They're all fucking delusional. They're all fucking senile men. We should stop like deriding one group of people because they're part of like one political wing. We just it's actual stupidity.
Yeah, I will say this: there are like people, even Christians who put more of their faith in Trump than actually Christ.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
wouldn't put your faith. They're gonna feel sad when they get sold out to Israel. He is basically he is a staunch supporter of Israel, sadly. But
I don't think we'll ever. I don't think we'll.
I don't think
ever
you'll
understand.
ever get a president that is not sucking the cock of Israel, or not literally.
Listen,
at behest of that government.
What's wrong with Israel? Listen, I get they've done shit.
They're corrupt. They're evil.
So it's Palestine is
control most
evil.
governments.
Did you see they fucking attacked innocent civilians on October 7th, bro? What is it?
How do you know it was innocent civilians and not literally a Fed a Mossad operation?
Because they attacked a music festival. There's video evidence posted of them.
Nothing stopping that from being. I have my suspicions that Hamas right now are basically just Mossad playing the villains.
I'm not gonna lie.
What is your evidence based on?
I'm not taking
There's
either
no
side.
evidence, but I have my suspicions. Like just the patterns. Like, don't you think it's a little bit convenient? Literally, the fact that this happened, Mossad, one of the most powerful secret agencies in the world, didn't notice this. Don't you think it's a little bit,
suspicious.
And no one expected Russia to invade Ukraine. Were you saying the Ukrainians did it to themselves? They invaded their own country? No, shit happens.
No, but this thing happened. Did you look? This Ukraine happened because of literally America basically imposing and basically launched a coup in the early 2014s before the Russian-Ukraine thing even became a thing.
I don't think. How was it a coup? How was that a coup?
Like, well, not remember the fact that literally they basically did that. Why else do you think? No offense, but look into the Russian separatists. Like, they've got to be a reason why they freaking rebelled to an extent from Ukraine.
You do realize that Prigozhin himself said that Ukraine wasn't going to be attacking Russia, wasn't going to be doing anything, and that Russia was the one responsible for all of this. That they launched the war because they wanted to accomplish their own goals. It wasn't. Prigozhin himself said before he did his mutiny that eventually killed him that Ukraine was not planning on doing anything. So
just because he said doesn't mean that thingy. They were scared of Prigozhin. Weren't they scared of Prigozhin because he was literally a Russian? Yeah. Basically, basically he was on the side of Russia. His word, and they were scared that the former PM was trying to go Western, but he then backtracked and became more friendly with Putin and Russia, and they didn't like that, and the Western world didn't like the.
Listen, the fucking parliament themselves voted for the agreement, but for this Yankovic guy, he suspended it. The people didn't like that. They went out and protested. He then passed a bunch of measures. People did like anti-protest measures. They protested even harder. Eventually, and that should happen, bro. It's not everything has to be a conspiracy.
True. But you've got to admit, a lot of things are pre-planned in this world.
Not a lot of things, not everything. You don't have to see like some elaborate plan in every single thing that happens.
Good point.
Not everything's the end of the world.
I try not to.
Honestly, same.
To be fair,
it's hard to, but I try not to.
Look, as bad as the world is right now, there's always something good going on in our lives if we put our minds to it.
Do you guys think that? Do you think Disney can be saved?
No.
I think it can. I think it can.
But it's a long shot.
I think Nelson Peltz is our only chance.
Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. After that show, Andy Mack went off air, bro. Like, it's just that was Disney's last good show. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was Disney's last good show.
I didn't think Bad Batch and Mandalorian was that bad, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. They had a little bit of propaganda in it, but not enough to ruin the show. It was a great.
It actually worked. Those are one of those good examples of how inclusion and diversity actually works.
Exactly.
I personally think diversity acting inclusion's racist.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like look. Same with Liv and Maddie. They had some form of like inclusion, but it worked. It didn't disrupt.
What do you mean? Exactly.
Of the show, it didn't disrupt the comedy. Nothing. I mean, shoot. I'll be honest. They
look back at it, right? All of freaking Disney's good art, good design, good artists, good animators, and basically all their great talent went to Skydance or Netflix.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
They got left with the shit.
I'll be honest, bro. Now I can't. I'll be honest. Now I don't even want anything to do with Disney, bro. I'll watch the old shows, but that's it.
Yeah.
I'll watch the old shows.
I just watch YouTube.
What streaming platforms do you guys have? I have Disney Plus. Sadly, but I'm sticking with it, even though I think their content's like dog shite.
I try to get what I can.
True.
Pretty much. That's all I'm gonna say. I try to.
You still have Paramount, Eric, or did you get rid of that?
I'll be honest. I never had Paramount.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's interesting. But it's like, here's the thing: I never had it because I believe that I would just be watching like certain shows. It's like if not a majority of shows doesn't interest me, I don't see a reason why I should download it.
True.
I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I've been watching 2.5 Men, and you know it's
2.5 Men. Huh?
Yeah.
That's on Prime Video, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been kind of like just watch. I've been watching it, and well, I'm not gonna lie, it's not only funny, but like it's like I'm not gonna lie, half the red pill like manosphere. Some of their talking points are from that show too. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. Rick and Morty is also good as well. It's not as good as what it used to be, but it's...
Oh yeah, ever since they fired that guy, right?
They jumped the gun, right? They jumped the gun. The guy is completely innocent, or not innocent. Completely, they jumped the gun, and the guy lost his job for it.
Did he? Is he like innocent, or is the case still going?
I think it's still going, but to be fair, let's be real here. It was circumstantial evidence at best. And I don't think they really truly had enough to freaking fire him over it. It's not like, unless they had fucking pics of him doing weird shit, right? A bunch of text, right? That can be fucking faked. Let's be real here. And I've said this in a podcast, I think a couple of years back, that they can fake that. Fake texts.
There's a lot of fake things in this world nowadays, man. Instagram.
Fake models, fake OnlyFans girls, AI YouTubers.
You know what the thing is?
Think about it.
You know
So what do you think the next big thing is? People say it's the metaverse. I don't think that'll ever take off.
I'll be honest. You know what the thing about OnlyFans girls? Half of them aren't even
real.
Like, yeah, that.
They're probably AI. Let's be real here.
I'll be honest. I would, and half of them aren't even as promiscuous as you would think too. It's like,
Eric, I have an interesting business venture. I think would be interesting.
Yeah, sure.
What if we were to use ChatGPT to create models in real life models in bikinis and sell that as a product?
See, I would take you up on that offer, but I'm a Christian man. I can't be causing people.
I can't be causing
people.
I can't be causing people to lust. Let's be real here. There'd be a bunch of simps that would probably buy that.
I know, but I can't be causing people to lust.
I can't do it out of my moral conscience, though. I really can't do it out of my moral conscience. I think it'd be funny. But...
Now, I'll be honest. Maybe last year, if you brought that up to me, I would have probably said, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." But ever since
we have moral compass.
Yeah, that, and ever since.
To be fair, I don't read this businesses. I really do not want to. I wouldn't want to build. I don't think I really want to build an alcohol company because I feel like that's. I don't think it's a good thing you want to do. I don't think I would want to build I don't really like vapes, and I don't exactly like alcohol. I'm happy selling it to you, but I don't think I really want to buy or create an alcohol brand. But
what brand would you want to create?
I think chocolate. I think chocolate would be interesting. I would like to disrupt the chocolate industry. It's too much of a monopoly there. But again, if you were to get too big, they would just buy you out, or they would freaking crush you. They have a monopoly.
I'll be honest. Have you guys tried? Speaking of which, have you guys tried Prime recently? Because
I've never tried Prime.
I've drunk it since the first.
It was alright. It's like it's not like groundbreaking stuff, but it's alright.
I'll be honest. I tried the blueberry flavor. It wasn't that good. I'll be honest, but I haven't. I'm not gonna say.
Don't you remember the South Park episode where they talk about crud?
I'm not gonna say anything about the other flavors.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say that Prime is terrible because I haven't tried all the flavors, but just the blueberry one in general, I didn't like.
I wouldn't buy it. To be fair, if I'm being truly honest, I think 4 or 5 years from now they're gonna what. Those guys are going to walk away from maybe a maybe $10 billion acquisition, right? They're going to build up the company for a while. Likes of Coke or PepsiCo, or maybe even Keurig Dr. Pepper might buy them out, right? Logan walks away as a fucking billionaire. KSI walks as a billionaire, and the fucking founders of the company actually walk away as billionaires.
I mean, hey, and Logan Paul's got his whole wrestling career going on too, so
Yeah,
he's pretty.
Even though he still hasn't paid the people that he scammed from that CryptoZoo thing.
Speaking of which, what has KSI been up to? I've not heard much about him.
Making a bunch of YouTube videos and doing a bunch of Simon shit.
That's it.
The guy barely doesn't box or do anything like that, right? But
I'll be honest. I remember when he was upset when he lost to Tommy Fury.
Wait, he lost to Tommy Fury?
Yeah.
Wait, KSI lost to Tommy Fury?
Yeah. He was upset about it.
Did you remember?
No, I didn't even watch the fight. I just don't care.
I watched clips of the fight on Twitter.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it. I watched clips, and
And I actually went to high school with him. It's so crazy,
I
honestly.
think it's funny the fact that literally. I think it's funny the fact that KSI talks a lot of shit, but
But no one's ready for that
but he
conversation.
always got bit beat.
Java, you said you went to high school with him too.
It's good though that someone.
Yeah, we go way back apparently.
I think it's good that they. I think it's good that they freaking someone lowered his ego.
Hey, someone had to, right?
Jake couldn't do it. I think Jake decided, I'm going to take the high road. Why would I box this guy? I want to actually train to be a professional boxer or something like that.
I think the last time
actually take on actual people.
I think the last time I heard of Jake, people were accusing him of taking steroids because of like the acne on his face. That's the last time I heard of Jake. But you know,
don't make videos. They kind of fell off, haven't they?
Kinda. But hey, I'll be honest. This is better than them, like, you know, still making like cringe YouTube videos, because that would have been sadder.
So I kind of, no offense, but once you see these big YouTubers, right? I think Jake realized to the point where I don't want to be making videos for years and years and years. I don't want to end up like Smosh, where they basically make videos for their audience and that videos are boring and nobody basically basically my audience freaking doesn't watch.
Or to an extent, KSI. I mean,
yeah, it just basically makes constant videos, right?
I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, like the guy's got money for days. He doesn't need to make these videos. These guys pretend they got money, right? But if they really have money, why are they scamming their fans?
That's facts. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Me personally, I wouldn't want to make videos for years and years either, man. Like, I mean, unless it's like
you want to make videos, yeah.
I mean, unless it's like probably reactionary content, then maybe. But you know, it's like
there's a reason why PewDiePie basically fell off. He decided I don't really want to pay post content. I don't really want my kids on YouTube, and I basically want to have a private life. And I've made my money.
He moved it to.
I basically want to just collect ad revenue, do a couple of videos now and again, keep ad revenue coming in, so I can make passive income.
I'll be honest.
Basically just invest in businesses.
I think Corey Kenshin does the same thing too, man. Corey X Kenshin, he comes back every now and then. Then he disappears, then comes back disappear. Pretty much, yeah. He still maintains his views too, and like.
So is that like Rice? That's kind of like Rice Gun. He basically he made his money, did a couple of videos, and then fucked off.
I think
does live streams and that.
Yeah, I think Rice Gum just only does live streams, but I don't think he's touched his YouTube channel since he uploaded that video about his baby. Yeah, but like for the most part, Rice Gum is retired from YouTube, so I mean, it's not even no use.
A lot of these YouTubers are retired,
God.
And a lot of them will retire because they realize it's going away.
I mean,
it's YouTube's going the way of television, right?
Yeah,
Rumble is the future. Am I the only one that thinks Rumble's the future? Like content platforms like Rumble or Kick are the future, and YouTube's
is likely to happen.
Yeah, most likely. I'll say this, King. Also, I'm not gonna lie, with Drama Alert, there was barely any drama. So I mean, I can kind of get why Keemstar wanted to go away. I get it. You know, it's like barely anything happened.
It's understandable.
Yeah. Plus, he probably got bored anyway. So I mean, you know, he made his money.
He already made his money.
I don't blame him.
Basically.
That would have been me.
But he didn't really. I thought then. No, he still makes videos. It's just on Snapchat and that, right? But let's be real here. It's kind of. Don't you think it's kind of weird that 30-year-old man's talking about a bunch of TikTokers?
You said 30-year-old.
Well, he has to make some kind of content.
You said, wait, 30-year-old men what?
A 30-year-old man talking about 12-year-olds.
No, he's 40. I think he's 40. Keem.
Yeah, exactly. 40-year-old talking about people in their fucking teens. It's weird.
That is kind of weird, though. Body, bro. That is kind of weird. But
it's kind of weird.
But hey, I'm not gonna. But hey, man, as long as he's not doing anything terrible to them, man. Like,
have you ever heard of Odyssey? That's another one. There's a bunch of other. There's a bunch of other YouTube clones and that, right?
Speaking of which, how do you guys feel about Jack Doherty? Or
no?
Wait, is he the scumbag that basically pretends to be a guy that needs a bunch that has a bodyguard and then acts like a freaking dick?
Pretty much.
Basically, it's Jake Paul 2.0.
Like that's what people call him.
What? What is he the guy that basically acts like a fucking horse and his bodyguard basically be the bigger man?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I'll be
So
honest.
he's basically the old Jake Paul being a tool.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised people have not called him Jack Dorky. Like, I'm really surprised no one is like that is caught on.
He's a beta. Like if you need a bodyguard to back you up, you ain't hard.
I mean,
You're just pathetic.
I mean, bro. I mean, if it was something like really bad, then yeah, bodyguard. But like, bro, like, come on. If you're gonna talk, just.
Who do you think's gonna win the Who do you think's gonna win the UK elections? The PM election. Do you think they're even gonna get a vote, or do you think they're just gonna instill someone?
Honestly, from what I've heard, I think it's going to be a Labour majority.
Fucking hope Labour doesn't get him. We'll be fucked. Labour. The thing is, though, can Labour really keep his thing? Half his fucking base is Jewish, right? Half his base is Muslim. How the fuck is they going to compete with? How the fuck is he going to keep both of those parties in check? It's like fighting. One calls for a ceasefire, the other one reacts and says no. Like, how can you? The thing, it looks like there could be a revolt in his own party, because it's that even the Muslims are fighting and they want to form their own party in the UK.
I say let them.
Do you?
Well, it's not ideal, but there has to be options. Multiple options is better than none.
Speaking of which,
when will there be a new third party? And what happened? Nobody talks about RFK Jr., do they?
No?
Not really. No, I'll be honest. I thought RFK Jr. was going to be.
They don't.
I thought RFK Jr. was going to be far more popular.
There's no such thing as a third party candidate.
He's like he's not part of a. He's not even part of a party. He's I think
he's just independent now.
He's independent, which I'll be honest, man. Like I think independent should be the way to go, man. I mean, it's.
Yeah, it's for the best.
But,
I'll be honest.
But he's anti-vax, bro. Like I wouldn't trust a guy who like is like saying dumb shit like that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm personally not gonna vote because I don't know. It's like
we all know what's gonna happen.
We all know what's gonna happen.
What you mean that they're gonna still Biden?
Or
I mean,
maybe
I think someone's gonna replace Biden with someone else.
It's either gonna be Biden or Trump, bro. But like RFK, he seems like he doesn't really have a chance. I believed in him at first, but I'm like, he doesn't have a chance. Like I'm gonna be honest with you.
He doesn't have the support from the deep state. That's what it is. That's why he's not going to get in.
The fucking deep state. Jesus Christ, bro.
You either
I know.
You either have.
It's not ideal.
You either have to be part of the industrial complex. You have to basically love Pfizer. You have to love the weapons industry, or you quite honestly are basically depend. You basically love the banking sector. Or quite honestly, you pledge loyalty to a certain government.
I'll say this, man. RFK seems like a good guy. Seems like a good guy to talk to.
Seems like a good guy, but let's be real here. I said this in a Twitter X Voices last night, right? How can you really call it free election when basically it costs like millions to run for office, public office, right? That is totally. How can the everyday populace run for that? Run for office if it costs millions and millions of office? So it's hard to say, like, if the American people can't run for publicly can't run for office, right? How can you call it a free election if they haven't got the opportunity to run? Especially if most elections cost them millions and millions of dollars to win, to even get in, or even run for government.
So Asperegoose, you were saying something about the deep state?
He doesn't like it.
I just think it's a bunch of shit like over nothing. It's the deep state's behind everything. Ooh, bro. Get a fucking life you terminally online bitch. Holy shit.
Fair enough.
The only deep state that exists is the deep state of your depravity, because you haven't fucking cleaned your ass in weeks, you haven't cleaned your bedroom in weeks. You smell like shit.
The deep state
Parents don't want anything to do with you. Like, get a life, find employment.
Ever heard of the West?
Alex Jones, he's attacking you.
Or Bilderberg?
Alex Jones, he's attacking you.
He's not that bad. To be fair, Alex Jones is not that bad. He's quite interesting to listen to.
Yeah, he is.
So what books have you guys read lately?
Like I said, I've only read the Bible, my man. That's the only book I'm reading. What books have you read?
Quite interesting.
Yeah. And
The print. I would also, if you're looking for an interesting book, Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince is an interesting one.
Oh, speaking of books, Risk, are you still working on that book?
Yes, I'm still working on it. I haven't touched it yet. I'm kind of scared to release it.
Don't be.
I won't, but
no fear, man.
I think it'll be an interesting book.
I'd say, man, look, once you're done with it, man, just release it. That's all you got. That's all you can really do. I mean, promote it to the best of your ability. Promote it to the best of your ability.
Basically, just talks about.
Shoot, I'll even help.
Basically, talks about corruption. Talks about. Wait, let's take a look.
Yeah, I'll even help you promote it if you want, man. But
Tables. It's a fictional book about 12 powerful families that rule the world.
Had to put it as fictional.
And basically, they can basically, these 12 families control a certain aspect of your life, whether it be media, whether it be movies, whether it be the entertainment, whether it be the car. And these families learned long ago, it's better to be in the shadows. No criticism, no hate. If they don't know you, how can they attack you? See no evil, know no evil.
Sounds like an interesting book.
Yes.
You know.
But,
when do you think it'll come out?
I honestly don't know. I don't know if I'll release it. I don't know if I'll wait until I'm dead. Who knows? I might even have Faithy release it or something like that, or have someone else release it.
Speaking of
not
Faith,
take the credit for it.
How is Faith? How is she? What is she doing?
Not bad. But yeah, what else is there to talk about? I think I want to start writing. I want to start writing light novels and that. I think that'd be fun to write. I want to start getting to writing books, like writing anime, writing manga. I think that'd be really cool.
Would you make them into movies or TV shows?
If they get big enough, maybe. I personally think it'd be cool to write personally think it'd be great to write a write a light novel script in that and publish it online. To be fair, I don't even mind if I get paid for it. I'd probably release it for free just for fun. I think it would be cool to release cinematic content. And make short films.
I would love to get into that too.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking of I'll be honest, I've been thinking of releasing some form of content.
Why don't we make more podcasts? So, do you think we should? I think it would be great to do a weekly, get back into the podcasting spirit and just doing weekly episodes. I think it would be great when you get your podcast going because we can appear in episodes and make new episodes and rebuild the media empire, the media podcast we're trying to do.
Yeah, and
I think the thing with what we did, right? I think we were going too big, right? We went too big. At the time, we decided to make too many podcasts. We didn't have enough people to help us build, and things went to shit.
I'm not gonna lie,
we were too aggressive.
I remember when we tried to get people.
Yeah, I gave up on that. Fair. But yeah, I do think.
What was the app we were using again? Because I'll be honest, I forgot.
Polywork or something like that.
Yeah, right.
But do you still use Polywork?
Nah, I think I deleted my account. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since they did those major changes, bro, Polywork has just not been the same. And also, bro,
any of you guys, Jamie? Why don't you try and upload your podcast to Rumble, Jamie?
Also,
actually, good question. I never thought about that.
Oh,
I might consider it too.
One more thing too about you have to post your opportunities from
your
laptop.
Why don't you post your podcast on YouTube as well? To be fair, all your episodes on YouTube.
I never thought about expanding into other social media platforms at the moment. I just started with got to start somewhere and see how it works.
I would say this. you don't even need to release the full episode. You can just like put them on reels and just the interesting.
Yeah. Why don't you release certain things of your episode? Thing is, your podcast has been audio only for so long. Would it be interesting to go live and stuff like that, or just who knows? Like at one point, we were going to use Space as a way to for your podcast and that, but Space is no longer really a big thing, is it? It kind of fell off.
I'll be honest. I know Twitter has live streaming again. Oh.
They're apparently doing live calls as well. You can now live call, do calls on that.
Like on live stream, live calls?
I don't know if you can do live calls, but we can partly call people on Twitter now. What happened to Twitter? Introducing adding blockchain technology and crypto and all this stuff like that?
Hey man,
I never heard such a thing in my life.
Ask Elon.
Honestly.
Ask Elon. He knows. Elon.
He probably got told by Israel when he went to see Netanyahu, your boy, you're not going to do that crypto shit, or something like that. The guy changed his freaking tune, especially after he came back from Israel, right? He basically became a completely different person. It's quite. Could you make the question? Did Elon get cloned?
Oh my god!
Jesus,
you guys, has this podcast just become a huge conspiracy rant, bro?
Maybe Eric, don't you think that Kanye might potentially be a clone?
No, I don't think he's a clone.
I mean, Ye did warn us. He said, like, look, if you've disappeared for a while,
come back. It's not me. It's a clone.
Bro, do you seriously trust fucking Ye? The guy's bipolar.
Some bipolar people are some of the most honest people in the world.
Listen, I wouldn't trust that guy to give me like a fucking disease diagnosis. Nah, fuck that.
You gotta admit, Asparagus, it makes it interesting.
Oh boy.
It's like, it's one of two things. Either this really is him and he's just controlled, or it's a...
Or basically, they basically said, hold your kids hostage.
You guys are so cringe. Holy shit.
What happened to us, man?
Well, what happened to us?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good question. We started questioning things.
Well, actually, no, I started questioning things first.
Yeah,
yeah.
I went down the red pill movement. And I read a book apparently that not many people, but basically it's bad to read. Basically it's legal to read, but it basically you're gonna get looks.
Ironically, you know who the first person who started making me question things? Like the moment I watched Sneeko is the moment I started questioning things. That's when Sneeko was.
The moment I saw what they did to Tate made me question things, like the fact that they arrested him, there was no real evidence. That and what they did to Trump, what they've been doing to Trump lately. You've got to admit, you can't exactly say what these lawyers are doing is actually legal. They're using law in a certain way to target someone, to drain his coffers. And this woman that he's going after, Fani Willis, she campaigned on, I'm going to get Trump. I'm going to get Trump. I'm going to get Trump. And then she said, this bastard woman said, look, if he cannot pay, we're going to seize his property. If that's not a lunatic, I don't know what is.
Encouraging your supporters to storm the Capitol is also a bit of lunacy.
Yes.
No, I am aware of the obvious flaws. I'm just doing it for the laugh of it, because
same.
Well,
I'm just trying to like.
I'm iffy on every country, to be fair, but
yeah.
And I see the pros of America, and I see the cons of America. I also see the pros of Russia, and I see the cons of Russia.
Yeah,
they're both equally bad as each other.
Yeah, I love them. I love America. It's a great country.
I think America and the West is great as well, but I can clearly see that we've been hijacked. The countries have been hijacked by someone. Clearly don't share our values.
I'd honestly say the moment I started really searching about like what was going on in the world is the moment I liked America even more. I don't know. Before I was like,
how can you like America even more after the other reason that
it made
caused what happened in Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan,
hold on,
Lebanon?
Risk. It made me appreciate America a bit more. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Good.
Because before I was just like, America is terrible. It
is terrible, but it's not. It's a lot better than what most countries are.
True.
I will admit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's better than like most. It's better than most places. So it's like
as much as I have a gripe with the UK, I have to admit it is a better country than a lot of countries, right?
Yeah, that's why I don't take it for granted anymore.
I don't take it for granted, but I do see that I don't like the fact I don't like the way it's going. And personally, I do think that if we don't stop certain things, we'll be a minority.
Man, hey, what can we do about it?
We could repopulate the Earth. You once said to me, "I'm going to repopulate Japan." Eric,
that was a joke. I mean,
I took you at your word. I'm going to repopulate Japan.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to, but I can't really do that. Plus, I'm pretty sure would
they really? The thing is, how strict and up and tight with Japanese people are in their panties. Would they really accept that? To be fair,
here's the thing: I don't think they're really into mixed racing. So I mean,
I don't think they are. That's the thing I like about Japan.
Oh
they have their culture.
Oh my gosh!
They have their culture.
What is this, man?
And they do not want people to freaking influence it. They are same with South Korea.
Okay, fine.
These people.
All right, fine. I'll take one of their girls. I'll take one of their girls, man. Fine.
I think you'll have to settle to one of these girls, one of these people that moved to immigrated to America in the early 80s or 90s, even 70s maybe.
You're probably right.
There's tons of Asian Americans in America.
Here's the thing.
The ones that tried to flee.
I personally don't have to agree with how Japan does things and them not wanting.
I personally don't think Japan's that much of that bad of a country. Ain't Japan a conservative country?
Here's the thing. I respect it though. I respect the fact that they want to keep,
the tradition.
The
values.
values.
They want to do the exact same thing, Eric, until they got a leftist instilled in.
What kind of values?
They were hungry.
What kind of values does racial purity bring? Like what? Just because there's no black people, there's no gonna be any crime, bro? The fucking yakuza are there.
They're the ones that freaking cause aren't blacks in America one of the races that cause the most amount of crime.
Are you familiar with Yakuza? They also could.
Yes.
Yes. So, are you so? This here, bro. Like, yes, black people do commit crime. White people commit crime.
They do, but the amount of crime that black people commit in America compared to white people is extraordinary.
Yes, but it has nothing to do with race. It's more with poverty.
I would say this, man. I don't have to like it.
I think it's just the structure they were brought up in. To be fair, I don't think they basically.
I'll say this: yes, everyone commits crime. Everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been taught to basically act like the victim, basically, and then.
Bro, it's poverty shit. All right, just because Japan, if Japan, for example, opens up more of their doors to immigration, like for example, there was a case a while back, a bunch of there was an African American who immigrated to Japan and like a couple of Indians. They were actually being.
You can't exactly say we're doing better after all these people that come here. They basically started crime and they shoot people.
Can you let me finish my point? So,
sure.
So they immigrated to Japan, yeah, and they allege they've been facing like. Prejudice from the Japanese authorities because basically because Japan is very hostile towards foreigners, and so they've been they've been inspected more by the police. I don't know, it's allegations at this point, but knowing Japan, I'm more inclined to believe their story because they're just they're very untrustworthy. Like I don't know, I feel like Japan could open up could solve its birth rate issue if it opens up more doors to immigrants because a lot of people want to come to Japan.
I say they don't. I would say they really don't care if you're there to visit, but
I think they want to keep. They're one of these people that want to. They're one of these people that want to preserve their heritage, prefer their way of life, their culture. They believe that if they mix their race, they'll be.
less pure, and also the fact they believe that a lot of certain
Yes,
values will be lost.
and yes, and they also believe they didn't do shit in the Second World War, which I wouldn't trust them, bro. Honestly,
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Japan is exactly what Nick Fuentes would want America to be.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah, and with the age of consent also being non-existent practically. Yeah.
I personally think the age of consent for every American should probably be 18.
Yes.
I think the voting age for America should probably be at least 23.
No, I don't agree with that.
I think the voting age should be at least raised in America for some odd reason. I'm not saying it should be raised much, but I think maybe 21 or something like that.
God.
I think the age. I think, to be honest with you, I would probably raise the age of driving to about 18 as well. If I'm being honest, I'd raise the age of. I'd probably maybe
that's kind of fair. I get it. That's not fair.
Because I personally don't. I never got the reason why 15-year-olds are driving in America. I never really got that.
Actually, no, it's 16, not 15.
In certain states, it's 15,
I never understood why 15-year-olds are allowed to like possess guns in America.
Huh.
The first Second Amendment. You cannot go wrong.
Yeah.
Pure hard realism.
Yeah, but I don't.
The right to bear arms.
Yes, but because it's a right.
I love it.
Just because it's a right doesn't mean it's right.
Founding fathers fought to give you that right, and they want to take it away from you. It's sad. It really is. Britain should have never let them take the guns away. There's nothing stopping them from murdering us in our sleep. That's the sad thing.
Yo, you know what I want to? You know what I want to do? Like, you know, when I if I get enough money, personally, me, I'll be honest. I kind of want to like buy my own, like, you know, buy some land and live there, man, or just live in the mountains. That's what I would do. It seems more peaceful, and frankly, why not?
So, Jamie, what do you think of Justin Trudeau?
Honestly, a lot of things.
Canadian
One thing for sure.
No, Canadian Hitler.
Canadian.
Right. Anyway.
The guy ordered a bastard Nazi.
Well, either way, honestly, I think there has to be a change. I think Trudeau had his fair share of running Canada. I think someone else's turn, honestly.
He's corrupt.
Because
he's corrupt.
He had all of his time as Prime Minister of Canada to make changes, and I better see anything that strikes my interest. So I think it's time for a change, honestly.
I think Pierre Poilievre would be the best candidate for Canada.
Notice how the moment, like, you know, Ye says something about Hitler, bro, people are just now comfortable talking about Hitler.
What? Not comfortable talking about or about to talk about him?
Oh no, comfortable talking about him. Like, you know,
I don't think he's that bad. To be fair, I question about everything about World War II, and I question the fact that literally were we really the good guys? Because even the amount of shit that's happened, right? Even I told you about the fact that wasn't Berlin back then literally a cesspool of like.
Bro,
before Hitler came to power, wasn't a cesspool of liberals.
What do you mean if we were the good guys? Of course we were the good guys. Hitler wanted to wipe out all the Jews. He wanted to conquer the world. Wait.
What if they secretly wanted to conquer? What if they secretly were controlling the world? What if they secretly ran the banking industry? What if they secretly were taxing people into oblivion?
Yeah, you're actually sick in the head, bro. Jesus fucking Christ.
I honestly have nothing against Jewish people, but I do have a problem with the people who say they're Jewish just saying Jewish because they practice Judaism, or they're just saying they're Jewish because they know someone in their family who are Jewish, like secondhand religion, similar to secondhand smoking. That's just me personally. If they're committed to their religion, fair enough. I respect that.
Oh my god.
What? I'm sorry, I disconnected. What were you guys talking about?
Something about the Jewish people. I don't. As long as people are committed to their religion, fair enough. I respect that.
I'm not.
But if they're saying that certain religion because they know someone or married someone who are of that religion, then
oh yeah,
are you really Jewish, Christian, etc.? I'm just saying.
I'm literally Jewish.
I'm not gonna lie. I think
Hebrews.
I think certain powerful people pretend to be Jewish, man.
Yeah, they're Zionists.
Yeah, I thought so.
The Rothschilds basically were the main funding of the main helped create the Zionist state of Israel.
If it wasn't for the Rothschilds, I don't think Israel would even exist. They were one of the main signatories for it. And they had so much power in England. They even bought shitload of land before it, and they created the basically place for the prime minister's residence.
Did I scare him away?
No, he's just having connection problems as always.
Okay. Alright. What else is there to dive into? I question everything. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just live and let it live. But so what happened with the bullshit? So what happened with Russia? How did Russia become a communist country?
Not sure, to be honest.
Wasn't it the Bolshevik Revolution? Or something like that.
Because the workers were dissatisfied with the Tsar, the war. Eventually, the communists who were rising in the ranks, they seized power with Lenin as their figurehead. The Germans smuggled him into Russia.
Oh yeah.
That's how.
No,
But
that does sound familiar.
Was that really the people's fault in that? Who's really guiding that though? The everyday people. Let's be real. The everyday people didn't have enough power to do anything like that. They could protest and all that.
That's Russia for you.
Yeah.
That's history.
Yes. And then after that, after the whole thing with the Bolshevik Revolution, wasn't it basically illegal to basically criticize anything to do with the Jews, right? And that thing. Basically, you get a prison sentence after that. After the Bolshevik Revolution, anyway. What do you think would have happened if what do you think would have happened if Britain won the American Revolution?
I don't think America would be where it is today. Because if you think about it, ever since July 4th, 1776, I think the United States have pretty much expanded westwards within the North American continent and acquired a lot of the land to create what is the 50 states of the United States of America. So I don't think none of that would have happened if the United States was still a colony of the British Empire.
True. So how do you explain DC? The District
Well,
of Columbia.
that was a few years after the American independence.
Wasn't that how they were able to take control? How the British were able to take control of that government with the whole DC District of Columbia and basically that private district, like the City of London and all that, where it basically gave the Crown Corporation leverage. It also gave the Vatican power in that over that.
Oh yes, the free cities of the world.
Yes.
The corporations where that has
City of
some kind
London,
of
the
power.
the city of banking. What the America, the city of war, and the Vatican, the city of religion.
Yeah.
I remember making a podcast about that with you, where you and me discussed the Crown Corporation of Britain, the City of London, and basically how they the corporation, and basically how it basically talks to the East India Company and how they were playing both sides of each war. Do you think that was real, or do you think that was fabricated, or do you think that was some? What do you think about that, Jamie?
About what?
About the thing with the Crown Corporation, the City of London. If you look into it, they have their own government.
I'm not particularly proud of it. However, it is what it is, and it was what it was.
Yes.
There has to be some power somehow.
There has to be some power structure to control the world.
Even
as much as I
hated
it, as much as I don't like it, I have admitted to you guys I've admitted to you and Eric that basically the world is too stupid it needs someone to freaking lead it. It needs someone to lead it behind the scenes. As much as I hate to say it, but it's true.
And we all have our different opinions too, so there's got to be some kind of division psychologically.
Yep. That's probably by demand. They distract us with all this type of fighting that, so we don't actually target the real enemy. Why else do you think they're trying to start a conflict with Muslims and the everyday people, the normal people? It's because they're trying to fraction them so we don't unite against the true enemy.
I think they do realize that if people get mad at something,
they even
it
said
does
we
stir up
fear,
tension.
I can't remember what it was. I think a Jewish rabbi said we fear the fact that the Muslims and the Christians unite as one and work together, as that would spell our doom.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So what else is there? Or is that us?
Well, I think this has been quite an interesting episode.
Do you think we've gotten you banned?
No, I think we may have saved ourselves because Asperegoose has pretty much helped us somehow.
Yes, I kept myself in. Well, I was kind of going crazy, but probably should have kept my calm on what my honest opinion. WW2, but question it. I question everything. You have to question everything, especially what.
There has to be some conversation going on.
Also, especially after what they did with the vaccines, you question everything. But especially what they say that the media has got so much control right now. They can make you believe that someone's the enemy. Like what they've been able to do to the people of what CNN has been able to do to people to the everyday populace is concerning, especially. But I suppose you could say that about Fox News as well. Oh well, I guess we'll end it here. It's been fun.
Well, yeah, it was very fun.
See you next episode.
Cheerio.